live in a world where everything you desire is within reach. A tap on your phone, and you can connect with thousands of people, watch videos that make you laugh, order your favorite food, or even satisfy your darkest desires when you're alone in your room. Sounds like paradise, right? But here's the twist. This paradise is a trap. We are living in the era of instant gratification, where any discomfort is quickly silenced with a hit of dopamine, whether by scrolling through social media or buying things we don't even need. But there's a hidden cost. What's supposed to make us happy is leaving us anxious, dissatisfied, and completely empty. And it's not our fault. We've been programmed to believe that maximizing pleasure is the key to happiness. But the more we chase pleasure, the more unbearable reality becomes. We spend hours trading real interactions for digital notifications. We drown ourselves in endless binge-watching while our personal goals are left behind. Are we truly satisfied or just distracted? This video will uncover what no one has told you about the endless pursuit of pleasure. We'll expose how we've been conditioned to believe in this lie, and more importantly, discover how to break free from this cycle to find something far more powerful. Have you ever wondered why we feel this almost automatic urge to seek pleasure? It's like we can't resist the idea of something that makes us feel good, even if just for a brief moment. This isn't a coincidence, it's pure biology. Our brain is a true reward addict, programmed to chase sensations of pleasure and avoid anything that feels uncomfortable. It all starts with dopamine, the famous pleasure hormone. When we do something rewarding, like eating something sweet, receiving a compliment, or even glancing at our phone, our brain releases a dose of dopamine. This system was crucial for the survival of our ancestors. They needed to feel motivated to hunt, find shelter, and reproduce. It was a simple and efficient system. What brought pleasure was worth repeating. The problem? We're no longer on the savannah hunting to survive. We now live in a world where rewards are everywhere, accessible with a single click. Social media, fast food, online shopping, all these things trigger the same reward system in our brain, but in an artificial and limitless way. And the more immediate pleasure we seek, the more desensitized our brain becomes, requiring ever larger doses to feel the same effect. The result? We get stuck in an addictive cycle, chasing pleasure after pleasure but never finding true satisfaction. It's like trying to quench your thirst by drinking salt water. It seems to help at first, but it only makes things worse. As the philosopher Seneca once said, pleasure, when not moderated, is not a friend to virtue, but its most deadly enemy. By understanding how we're programmed to seek pleasure, we can begin to question our impulses and consciously decide where to invest our energy. After all, is everything we desire truly worth it? The relentless pursuit of instant gratification is one of modernity's greatest dilemmas, and Aldous Huxley foresaw this in Brave New World. In the dystopian society he describes, pleasure is administered as a literal drug, soma. Whenever someone feels the weight of emptiness or discomfort, they turn to this substance to escape reality and achieve artificial satisfaction. But at what cost? The loss of depth, meaning, and above all, the ability to face life as it truly is. Huxley warns us about the dangers of a life built exclusively on pleasurable stimuli. Real happiness seems almost unbearable. Only artificial, constant and regulated pleasures can be tolerated. When we are constantly chasing easy pleasures like social media likes or binge-watching TV shows, we are, in a way, living our own version of soma. This detachment pulls us away from authentic experiences that bring true meaning to life. Viktor Frankl, in Man's Search for Meaning, offers a complementary perspective, almost an antidote to the emptiness Huxley describes. A Holocaust survivor, Frankl explains that happiness cannot be pursued directly. It is a byproduct of a life with purpose. He writes, "Happiness cannot be pursued, it must ensue. It arises as a side effect of personal dedication to something greater than oneself." Thus, the paradox of pleasure is this: the more we try to maximize it, the less meaning we find in our lives. The obsession with easy and immediate pleasures desensitizes us, as if we need ever larger doses to feel anything. This not only weakens our resilience, but also prevents us from experiencing the depth and beauty that come from confronting life's challenges. While Huxley illustrates the dangers of a society anesthetized by pleasure, Frankl inspires us to seek meaning, even in the most difficult circumstances. To escape this addictive dopamine-driven cycle, we must learn to distinguish between pleasure and purpose. Pleasure is fleeting, but purpose, found in genuine relationships, meaningful contributions, and personal growth, is what can truly sustain us. Are we willing to let go of fleeting pleasures to attain a deeper, more lasting happiness? If the uncontrolled pursuit of pleasure is a dead end, what's the alternative? The answer lies in purpose. While pleasure is fleeting and often shallow, purpose provides a solid foundation for a meaningful life. But what does it truly mean to live with purpose? Viktor Frankl, in Man's Search for Meaning, argues that purpose is the most powerful driving force in human life. He writes, "What gives light must endure burning." This means that purpose isn't always easy or comfortable, but it's what keeps us resilient in the face of adversity. Frankl discovered this truth amidst the unimaginable suffering of Nazi concentration camps, where survival wasn't necessarily about physical strength, but about having something to live for, a goal, a hope, or a love. Contrast this with the world Aldous Huxley describes in Brave New World, where purpose is replaced by artificial pleasure. The result is a society that is apathetic, incapable of facing challenges or striving for something greater than itself. This stark contrast illustrates that without purpose, we become vulnerable to being enslaved by immediate pleasures, passive consumers of distractions that never truly satisfy. So how do we find this purpose? It begins by looking inward. Purpose isn't something you can buy or stumble upon by chance. It is built through meaningful experiences, authentic relationships, and a commitment to something larger than the self. This could be a creative project, a social cause, building a family, or cultivating spiritual values. Frankl suggests that purpose often emerges from confronting pain and difficulty. He writes, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This implies that even difficult moments can guide us toward a deeper sense of meaning, if we are willing to learn from them. While pleasure offers momentary relief, purpose provides the capacity to endure and grow. Recognizing this allows us to break free from the vicious cycle of empty pleasure and build a life that is genuinely fulfilling, not because we avoid pain, but because we've found something worth enduring it for. So far, we've established that pleasure alone is insufficient for a fulfilling life, and that purpose is the key to addressing our existential void. But how do we strike a balance between the two? After all, living with purpose doesn't mean renouncing pleasure, nor should pleasure be dismissed as inherently harmful. The secret lies in harmony. Today, we are constantly bombarded with the idea that having it all is the ultimate path to happiness. Working on something meaningful while enjoying immediate pleasures seems ideal. Yet without conscious management, one can easily overshadow the other, leaving us either exhausted or unfulfilled. The first step toward finding balance is identifying what truly matters to you. It's common to confuse external desires, those shaped by societal expectations like status or material consumption, with internal ones that reflect your genuine aspirations. Take time to reflect. What experiences have left a lasting impact on you? Which moments made you feel truly alive? These answers are valuable clues to understanding what gives your life meaning. Next, it's crucial to set clear boundaries. Immediate pleasures often creep into our days, sabotaging our efforts toward greater goals. Consider how excessive social media use, for instance, can consume hours that could be spent on something more meaningful, like learning a new skill or nurturing a relationship. Establishing a structured routine that reserves time for both pleasurable activities and purpose-driven ones can help prevent this imbalance. As the philosopher Confucius said, moderation is the key to harmony. Mindfulness is another essential practice. Being present in the moment enhances the enjoyment of pleasure, making it more intense and meaningful, while also sharpening focus on activities that build purpose. For example, instead of watching a movie while scrolling on your phone, try dedicating yourself fully to the experience. This approach transforms even simple pleasures into enriching moments. By combining self-awareness, mindful habits, and structured routines, we can harmonize pleasure and purpose, creating a life that is both enjoyable and deeply meaningful. Additionally, cultivate gratitude. When we appreciate what we already have, whether it's small moments of pleasure or meaningful achievements, our sense of happiness increases. Gratitude also helps reduce the constant craving for more, allowing us to find satisfaction in balance. Finally, remember that balance isn't static, it's dynamic. There will be times in life when you need to prioritize your purpose, such as during an important project or personal challenge. At other times, there will be room for leisure and fun. The key is to remain aware of these shifts and ensure neither aspect is neglected for too long. Finding balance between pleasure and purpose isn't about perfection, but about presence and intention. It's about acknowledging that both a moment of laughter and a day dedicated to a greater goal have their rightful place and value. This harmony is what enables us to lead a life that is rich, authentic, and truly meaningful. Having examined the dangers of exclusively chasing immediate gratification and the importance of finding a purpose, it's time to reflect on how to apply these insights in our daily lives. At some point, we all face the dilemma of choosing between the easy road of pleasure or the more challenging but rewarding journey of purposeful living. The choice is ours. The relentless pursuit of pleasure may seem enticing, but as we've seen, it often creates a void that drives us to seek more, never truly filling the internal gaps. Instead, investing in a greater purpose offers the chance to experience a deeper, lasting sense of joy, one born from personal fulfillment, growth, and connection to something larger than ourselves. Thus, balancing pleasure and purpose isn't just an abstract ideal, it's a daily practice. Every moment is an opportunity to choose what truly matters, surrendering to fleeting gratification or striving for something that brings genuine and enduring satisfaction. As Aristotle wisely said, happiness depends upon ourselves. Finding this balance may be the key to living a life not only filled with pleasant moments, but one that is truly meaningful and authentic.